Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Good morning. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you, Chris. Sorry, I need to have coffee. Hopefully. Where's Thank you. Thank you. It's very cool. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Hopefully you can hear me okay. What do we got? Playing with your volume. Okay. Let me put that up. Try that. And I think everything else is as far up as I can. So hopefully that's not too bad. Um, alright, well, we'll see how we go. Yesterday I had looked into the audio stuff and I thought I had managed a fix, but this morning when I've just tried to do it, it's like everything's reverted back. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe I didn't save the settings. I thought I did, but anyway, it's not doing what I wanted it to do this morning, so we will just make do with what I normally do, I think. Yeah, that too. I I don't know. I spent a couple of hours yesterday trying to sort XSplit and Stream Deck and audio to working together. And like I said, I thought I had kinda fixed it, but it seems like it's not today. So, not really sure why, but anyway, we will we will just press on with what we've got. Can you hear? Let me just try. Did you hear that one? That one? Okay. Yep. So it looks like it's reverted back then. Maybe I didn't save. But anyway, so we'll just see what happens. I'm going to manually play the intro. Um let me know if the music comes through. If not, I'll just cut it short. So, all right, let's get going. It's 9 o'clock here, so let's do it. In three, two, one.
Whatever it is you enjoy about the World of Warcraft, we have a challenge for you.
Adventure.
Crafting.
Murder.
Flowers.
This is the WoW Challenges podcast. And here's your host, Leeta.
Hello and welcome to the WoW Challenges podcast. I'm your host, Leeta. This is episode 401 on Saturday, June the 6th, 2026. Or if you're here in future land, like I am over here in Aussie land, it's Sunday, the 7th of June. We're into June, guys. Crazy. Crazy. We're nearly halfway through the year. Anyway, welcome, chat room. I'm gonna guess, how's the audio? It might have come through. Was it coming through double? Hopefully, I've fixed it. I'm good. Excellent. Um, well, welcome. We have got Chris, here, and she's just subscribed 93 months. Fantastic. And celebrating a 7-year anniversary. Modiversary. Fantastic. Well done. Yay. I'd play a cheer, but apparently you can't hear it. Yay. Hang on. Yay. Oh, we both are. So, excuse me, I'm a little bit nasally. The sinuses are being a little bit annoying today, so apologies. I'll try not to sniffle too much. But yeah, so congratulations, Chris. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. And welcome anyone else that is here. I'm going to guess that for the moment it's probably just us, but anyone else that's here, hi, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. All right, so a couple of things that I was going to go over. Nothing wrong with that. No, exactly. Let me put. So I was just saying before I started the show that I played around with audio yesterday and I thought I had fixed a couple of things, but perhaps I didn't save the settings and it seems like everything's not there. So we're going to just have to do old school, where I'm just manually doing a couple of things, but we're going to talk about some news. We haven't had any new champions since Zai's Tin Man a few weeks ago. And, sometimes everyone's off doing many different things within the game. We've got different versions. A lot of people are also playing other games, so we understand that things can slow down a little bit, but we'll see in the state of the challenges shortly that we've got quite a few people are leveling across a lot of the challenges, but not all challenges obviously are being being played, and we go through periods of that. Didn't we have someone ding today? I didn't get any notification. No. No, I haven't got anyone down as stinging at all. It's just the reports. So, so that's okay. We'll talk about the state of the challenges soon. What I did want to have a quick look at was the news that is around, and these are the two websites. It's no use me trying to change my screen and putting it up on my screen because none of the stuff that I did yesterday has saved. I had all of it set up. So fantastic. But I've put links in, and there'll be links in the show information for where I'm talking about. And it's basically just go to World of Warcraft Blizzard website, which is talking about. They normally do a WoW weekly information of, if there's been patch, if there's things coming up, things that are getting ready to, hit the live server, or if something's in beta or whichever, it's like the current information. So I normally try and always have a look and see what the WoW weekly information is, and then of course there's always the bigger news. So the two links that I've got, one is the WoW weekly, and let's have a look. So there's just things about, so the Revelations content update goes live on the 17th of June. So that's a week and a bit. So it'll be not this week, next week. So that's talking about take the next step in thwarting the forces of the void, hunt down their leaders in two new areas, and then cover new sources of power. There's a new single boss raid in Spallfall, and Turbulent Timeways returns. So a lot of that stuff obviously is not really pertaining to our challenge tunes, but obviously if you're running a main or alts on your account, a lot of things being account wide can help, whether you're doing, stuff towards the monthly, oh, mental blank, the monthly travelers. I can't even think of what it is. I can see where it is in Silver Moon. The monthly traders post. Thank you. Yeah, so a lot of that obviously is done over account wide. So whether you're running it on a challenge tune or whatever you do on a challenge tune is going to contribute towards that monthly getting of, your tokens and whatnot, so you can get stuff for the account. But you've also got your alts, your main, all of that, and opening up in particular different things, whether it's world quests, etc. Some lore stuff, transmog, uh, many different things. So we know that playing your challenge toon is going to contribute some towards that. However, as we know, with patches and new content coming in, a lot of that stuff you're not running on a challenge toon because there's a good likelihood, one, you'll die, two, you might flag the toon in such a way that once it's flagged, there's no coming back from a flag. So, especially if it's red flagged for, say, like a pacifist because you've accidentally stepped on a critter and killed it, or someone with around you got a proximity kill. There's those sorts of things which then can affect your stats, which can flag the toon. So it's just adventure log. Thank you, Chris. That's what I was trying to think of. So it's just trying to keep those things in mind when we have other things in the game going live, in particular patches or, updates to world events and all of that. And I know we've got a world event that is coming up, I think, towards the end of this month, which should be midsummer. So I've not looked into that yet to see if we've got anything new coming, but it might be a little bit too early. I haven't noticed any talk on it. Um, but again, things to keep in mind that if you've got changes coming live, to try and just make sure you're keeping your challenge toon logged off into a safe space, or as safe as you possibly can. So sometimes it's good not to log off in the main city. So you might not want to log yourself off in, if you're Alliance, you might not want Stormwind. You might want to take it out into, say, Elwyn Forest or something, depending, you know what I mean? It's just more trying to see where might be a safer spot to be able to log in case there is a lot of stuff going on within the area that you're logging into. So just all those little things to keep in mind. What have we got? So that was just the information that I saw pertaining to what is coming. So you've got, what did I say? So there's going to be new zones. For the Mists of Pandaria Classic, Siege of Orgrimmar is live. Mists of Pandaria Classic. So that saw through turbulent timeways from the 1st of July to the 12th of August. A lot of that will be pertaining to Dragonflight from memory. So, and dungeon things. So obviously, unless you're running a full team, like Iron Team or Green Team, a lot of that won't pertain to what you're doing for the turbulent timeways. But again, it's just being aware of what's happening in the broader world of, just in case if you decide to go back to Dragonflight, to one of the areas that you're like, okay, well, I'm going to take and level my toon over here. If there's going to be an impact for things going on in the zone, it's all those things just to keep to notice, to just be aware of. So, yeah, maybe not Goldshire. Yeah, Goldshire's always been a interesting place. More so some servers than others, obviously. Um, yeah. So yeah, Dragonflight, and we know that quite a few people if you've read the like some of the write-ups of max level toons, in particular some of those from this expansion, where they've gone and one of the leveling places has been the Dragonflight areas. It's just, again, to keep an eye out and to be aware of what's going on. Show title, be aware, yes. Yeah, that sounds good. So, always a good idea to be aware. Okay, and then we've got, what else was there? There's Season 1 finals for Arena World Championship and Mythic Dungeon International qualifications for BlizzCon. It seems to be happening now from the 5th to the 14th of June. So if that's something that, you know, that you're into watching some of the best of the best, what they do, it's always quite fun. I don't mind watching Arena, seeing how some people what they do is can be quite interesting, definitely. So that's the weekly, and then the other information was just pertaining to the Midnight Revelations content update goes live 17th of June. So it's just about the new single boss raid, turbulent time ways. So it's pretty much the same information. There's some cool, obviously, there's some cool looking screenshots that have been added. So, hey, Mrs. Rakuru, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you. So, yeah. So again, just something to be aware of when you're leveling and take into account there are new things happening in the current expansion, but also that there could be events happening in other places. So always good to keep an eye on that. I think that's pretty much the big stuff that I wanted to talk about that pertains to us. Morning, Zaya. Hi, 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 hi. Um, yeah, I think that's the big stuff. So just to again keep in mind for all of that, I'll just link it once more. This was the information that I'll have in the show notes for those that aren't aware. So the just what's coming up and the weekly information for midnight and what's happening. What's also happening with Mists of Pandaria, classic, that kind of thing. So yeah. All right. Well, other than that, that's all really the news that we have today. And we'll get on with the state of the challenges, Chris. We'll have to keep an eye on Wowhead as well for accuracy. Sadly, they laid off Peculiar. Really? Went. Wow. I did not know that. When was that? I must be living in a bubble. She got laid off. Hot damn. Couple of weeks ago. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's blown my mind. Yeah, she did. Yep. completely. I remember when she was before she was there. Yeah, she was all over the place with the information that she was giving through on, I think, her site and through Twitter and through the forums. Seeing a lot more speculation and rage bait posts since she left. Interesting. Okay. That's why normally I prefer to always check the Blizzard WoW information first. I try not. I mean, I've always loved Wowhead for information, but I kind of find if I start with the Blizzard stuff, and then in particular, obviously, Wowhead's fantastic for what was I doing? I was doing a particular. Oh, I was hunting an achievement in Zolaman um, earlier in the week, and I couldn't find the thing that I needed. So of course, what's your source? You know, just jump on Wowhead and look it up and see what information people have put to find out where I was going. And I was in the general area, but I wasn't quite at the right spot. So yeah, I always find it has been a great resource for, those things of information more pertaining to quests and that's that kind of stuff. So yeah, wow. Okay. I didn't realize that. That's a big that's a damn. All right. Thank you. Hopefully it still will be. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things with Wowhead, like back in the day, there was places like, for me, that I would look at was the Warlock Den, was one of the biggest websites for warlocks and information pertaining to, and a lot of those, and I think there was, I can't remember, there was some other class stuff that I go to. I think there was a priest one that I used to look at back in when I used to raid on Atil. I mean, this is feels like forever ago, but there was a priest website I also used to go to, and they got taken up with over to Wowhead at some point. Um, and then we know, obviously a lot of the fishing stuff changed when I can't think of his name. Oh, my brain is not braining today. But a lot of, that information and obviously your profession stuff, archaeology stuff, uh, there is so much stuff. And there was a lot of Thoughtbot. Used to love Thoughtbot. Yeah, absolutely. Alakazam was another one I remember using. Thoughtbot and Alakazam a lot early on when I first started playing WoW. And then obviously specializing towards Warlock Den. And I wonder, used to have where? I don't think I've got that stuff now, but I used to have a whole heap of maybe I got rid of it. Used to have a Blizzard folder of like WoW things. Must have got rid of it. It's not there. I've got a lot of folders though. Hmm. I don't know. No, not really sure. But yeah, Thoughtbot used to be good in Alakazam. I remember using them fairly early, and Wowhead came in a little bit until it got bigger, and I think once she um took it over and pushed it and made it into something that has, stood the test in information. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So I guess we wait and see. Yeah. All right, let's do the state of the challenges. So as I said, we've got quite a few. Hey Zap. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Nice to see you. All right, state of the challenges. Let's go. We have got irons. We've got 10 irons this week. Fantastic. All right, so at number 10, we've got Merzleckia at level 14. 9 is Wimberley at level 19. 8 is Sibara at level 20. Oh, thank you, Zep. Thank you. Number 7 is Lauta at level 25. Red flag though, because uncommon slot equipped. So on that one. Number 6 is Iron Timber at level 31. 5 is Estiliana at level 43. Number 4 is Lauta, level 60. RIP. Number 3 is Drillbin, level 82. RIP. Number 2 is Lazana, level 82. RIP. And number 1 is Oopsie at level 84. RIP. So our irons have had a rough week. Commiserations, everyone. God, that's a 282s, an 84, and a 60. Hot damn. Okay, bloods. We had 3 bloods this week. So at number 3, Killer Mage at level 20. 2 is Belmano at level 30. And number 1 is Zayabusa at level 53. Pacifists. We had 4 pacifists this week. Number 4 is Pacifista at level 18. 3 is Zimya at level 31. Number 2 is No Killing at level 46. RIP. And number 1 is Passy Torren at level 59. Sorry, 58. Zep Scott sitting here with no power, front door open, listening to the rain, thunder. Ah, well, listening to rain and thunder is always cool, but no power. Ouch. Is it just a storm? Like it's not tornado, hurricane, anything like that? Is it just a straight bad storm? Please, please be safe too. Stay safe. Okay. So for working man, we had 1. It's Corniog at level 34. Greens, we had 2 greens this week. Shade Stormal is number 2 at level 37. And number 1 is Kira Lenny at level 59. We had no tins or teams. So no Iron Blood or Green Man teams this week. However, for Iron Classic, we did have 2 this week. At number 2, Philistine at level 32, and number one is Zyren at level 61. Well done. Interesting. I don't mind the rain, but would still like power. No, just the thunderstorm. Understandable. Hopefully, hopefully they get power back on for you very quickly, Zeb. Love the rain. It, it's lovely to hear. Rain on a tin roof is always so loud. Since it's 94 here, I'd love some rain. Yeah. I remember. Oh, hit my microphone. Good one. Good one, Leeta. Um, about 35. Okay. Yeah. It's a tad warm. What are we today? And obviously, I know my level of cold is nowhere near a lot of your level of cold. It is currently 17 degrees. It's a tad chilly. It was 10 degrees when I woke up. So, Celsius. So, for us, it's a tad chilly. Sep says at least it's cooling things down. Was up in the high 80s for us all day. So I says about the same here. Chilly for the season. Chris says so. 62. It's all relative. Yeah, for sure. At 17 Celsius would be out in shorts. Look, there are a lot of people that would, you know, wear shorts right through a Queensland summer, some probably Queensland winter. I'm sure there's some that would do for down south where it gets, colder and snows, but yeah, I I can't. I'm I'm cold. My feet get very cold. My feet and my hands. It's just what you're used to. At 35°C, I'm melting. Yep. And that's with AC. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that's our state of the challenges for this week. A very rough state of the challenges. 4 irons lost level 60 through to level 84s. 4. I don't I don't remember losing that many high levels in one hit. I mean, obviously we've lost lower ones, but that's a lot this week. And obviously then the 86 pacifist. Yeah, it's a bit rough. So, commiserations to everyone we lost and to everyone leveling. Well, again, well done, and best of luck for the coming couple weeks. Hopefully, it's not too crazy in game out there. Hopefully. Alright, I've got a couple of funnies to hit you with. The first one. Don't think I've done these ones, but they were just cute. So, first one is what happens to an illegally parked frog? It gets towed away. I may have had that one like a long time ago, but it's kind of cute. And the other one is, did you hear the one about the cat who ate a ball of yarn? She had mittens. just was like, to me, my brain was like a knitting, cat's knitting. That's all I could picture in my brain. Thank you for the note. Appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. All right. Have I missed anything else? Obviously, let's talk about Zep. Resubscribed 36 months, 39 months total. Thank you very much, Zep. Hang on, where's my little hearty heart? Thank you for the sub. That's much appreciated. And also for Chris. Chris, 93 months. We have known each other a very long time. But thank you both very much. Much appreciated. For anyone that does want to subscribe, thank you. All the proceeds go towards paying for the website. That's pretty muchly it. So it's just keeping the website going. So if you can, thank you. If you can't, not a problem. But it's very kind. So thank you to those that can. Appreciate it. All right. I think I've covered everything as best I can. So I'm going to be looking at next show should be June 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern. At this stage, it should stay like that. So if there's any difference, it might be a last minute change. So I'll see how things go. But at this stage, yes, in 2 weeks' time. Two, 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 two. All right. Well, on that note, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, giving of your time to be here. Appreciate that. Other than that, please stay safe both in and out of game. Enjoy wherever you are. Zep, I hope your power comes on very shortly. Stay safe through the storm. And again, thank you everyone. We'll catch you on the 20th of June. All right. Bye. Bye bye. There was no audio for me. I don't. I sound. Yeah. I was saying at the beginning, so I don't know. You mightn't have been around. I had spent a couple of hours yesterday sorting some audio stuff out between XSplit, Stream Deck, and audio. And I thought I had fixed a couple of things, but it seems like I hadn't perhaps saved it in the file, and everything that I did's gone. So I'm gonna have to redo it. So yeah. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll just have to do it again. So yeah. All right. So what were we going with, Chris? Be aware. Was that the? We're going with that show title. Be aware. All right. I kind of feel like I've got AC/DC going through my head because I've got now thunderstruck stuck in my head because Zep's in a thunderstorm. So I've got the whoa. It's yeah. So yeah. Now I need a mince pie with tomato sauce. With tomato sauce. Meat pie with tomato sauce. Oh, that sounds good. We don't have meat pies. No, I don't. Bugger. Anyway, alright. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Appreciate that. Have a wonderful week, upcoming week, couple of weeks, and as I said, we'll be back on the 20th this stage. Alright. Have fun. Stay safe. Bye.